Hello everyone and welcome to episode 19 of 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. As always, we'll be jumping immediately in here, and the goal for today is to finish up Hijiyama's story. I was actually thinking that maybe we'd go in and finish off Juro Karabe's, since we're effectively at the end of his. We'll have to see if we're allowed to finish it, and then see who else might be in progress, but I was thinking Goto might be our next target. So let's jump in. All right, and I don't think that we have too much to analyze, but let's take a quick look. Oh, we do. All right, so Takatoshi Hijiyama. Okino straps Hijiyama to a chair in an abandoned factory and analyzes Hijiyama's mind. However, Okino has already seen inside Hijiyama's brain previously when adjusting code. Yeah, Okino, I thought that maybe we would get some clarity on Okino as we went through Hijiyama's story. They are as much of a mystery to me as ever. There are things that Okino does that just don't seem to make very much sense to me. There's other elements of the character that, like, I feel like Okino is one of those characters that just doesn't feel it necessary to ever explain, even to friends and allies, what they're up to. Not my favorite trait in a person, but sometimes can be an interesting narrative foil. So, Takatoshi Hijiyama of 2188 was in a romantic relationship with Tsukasa Okino. He murders Juro Izumi to avenge Okino's death during the shootout in Sector 4. However, he was severely injured in the fray and succumbs to his wounds soon after. It feels a little bit implied, but sure, we'll go with that as being the canonical end to that. For Nenji Ogata, 2188, at an energy dispute over Project Arc, Ogata revealed he'd come armed, which resulted in a shootout. In the ensuing chaos, Ogata was killed. Well, you know, maybe we don't. I like Ogata in the year 1985 a whole bunch. Ogata in 2188 doesn't seem like my favorite dude, but who knows? Maybe there's more to discover there. I don't have any mystery points that we can use to unlock anything. And, colony and satellite orbit. A dispute over whether to allocate the remaining energy towards Project Arc or life support led to a shootout, resulting in 7 deaths. Hey, here's another possibility. What if Project Arc hasn't gone anywhere? What if whatever the nanomachine incident was, it rendered Earth uninhabitable for a while, and all their terraforming plans are about fixing up Earth after who knows how long just orbiting Earth. Maybe they didn't actually go anywhere. Yeah, because this talks about a colony under construction and a satellite orbiting Earth. It doesn't say anything about it going anywhere. Anyway. Canned cat food. Oh, at long last. Canned cat food that Tsukasa Okino buys for the stray cat Shintaro. Shintaro keeps showing up at Sakura High School ever since Okino fed him one day, so Okino starts bringing the canned cat food for him daily. That is a super nice thing to do, provided that Okino is not secretly the source of food for Talking Cat, whose purposes may be sinister. As long as Shintaro is just a regular cat, that is a solid thing. Big thumbs up to Okino for that. All right, and that's all of our mystery points, or whatevers. So, let's go in. We're going to continue on with Hijiyama. Takatoshi Hijiyama found a Sekigahara at the school. Sekigahara's scout unit showed him a message where Tsukasa Okino dies, which left Hijiyama shaken. Yeah, that's like future 2188, or actually, technically, past 2188 Tsukasa Okino. And hello to Mia. Mia, I know that this game is not your favorite, but we do get some information about Okino here in Hijiyama's story, and Okino, still trying to work that out. Basically, Okino, I feel like it's very, like, we go over this every once in a while. Okino is, at a minimum, non-binary. So I'm surprised that the characters in the piece do not refer to Okino as they. I'm going to continue doing that until there's some greater clarity on that. Okino said as much in the very first episode. When Okino is dressed and presenting as a female student, I'm inclined to go with she, because sometimes people who are non-binary, rather than going with they sort of prefer the pronouns that are appropriate to how they're presenting or feeling at the time. But I can't figure it out. Like, it's Okino themselves never expresses a preference, at least not that we've seen. So if at any point I'm referencing Okino incorrectly, it's out of an attempt to do it correctly. So apologies there. And with those thoughts, let's jump in.
Damn that Okino. How long is he going to toy with me? Then, I'm not thinking straight myself. Okino's a man. Why was I so scared that Sekigahara would steal him?
Well, let's see. So, I feel like we've heard all we're going to about Yakisoba Pond. Tsukasa Okino seems like our most likely green dot over there.
That damn Okino. That was too far for a joke. Anyway, what was going on with those talking images? If I recall, they said something about being reborn?
Hello to Epinomenon, who says, I saw in the video for last stream that you got stuck on change for a while, so I had to step away for the back half of that one. Not a worry at all. Anytime that we open it up for audience participation, it's always an invitation, never a demand, so don't worry about it. Thank God Samalander was able to navigate through that one, because here's the thing, because we were actually talking about it between now and the last episode. I'm going to pause it just in case something's about to happen. This game seems very cleanly divided into two separate parts. The combat sequences, which is where all the gameplay is, and then the visual novel sequences, which is basically just about doing the next thing to advance the story. Every once in a while, and I mean like once every 10 hours, the visual novel side of things will introduce a gameplay mechanic of some kind, and it tends to catch me off guard because it's the last thing that I'm expecting based on the other 9.5 hours that's happening. So what happened there is the game was expecting me to pick up on the idea that when I was like thinking about change, I would go up to an object and that would be the cue to search the object. If that kind of thing had ever been introduced in the game before, I have long since forgotten it. It's an actual gameplay mechanic here in the visual novel side of things, and my mind was nowhere near that. My mind was, it doesn't matter where you are in a scene that you think about something, you'll think about it and then move forward from there. And the only exception to that rule is when you're thinking about something as a topic of conversation. So I want to make it clear, it's not a knock against the game. It's me explaining that every once in a while, the game suddenly has like a gameplay element. It's like, wait, where did this come from? Let's not get crazy here, 13 Sentinels. Epinomenon is saying hello to Mia, and Epinomenon is further saying you're not the first person to get thrown by that one. It's very common for people to get stuck there too. I'm A, not surprised, and B, very relieved to hear it. Okay, so we thought about the thing. Yeah, I feel like if I say it was counterintuitive, it sounds like I'm complaining about the game, when in fact it's like, it's the sort of thing that, because it felt, at least to me, a lot like a new gameplay mechanic, hey, just bring up like a quick tutorial screen, like, oh, you're hungry, walk up to objects and think about change to search them. If it had said that one time, I probably would have done it immediately. I just didn't realize what the stakes of this puzzle were.
Now, where is Okino?
Also, and this is a purely rhetorical question, I do want to raise the possibility that we are currently in the Animus. I feel like it's been... it was shown at one point that Hijiyama has been scanning... Okino has been scanning Hijiyama's mind, and I don't know if every scene that we have here is just him being strapped to a chair, reliving a narrow sequence of events over and over again. If that's it, Okino's style has gotten a lot more elaborate a lot more convincing than when Ogata was going through this. So I'm inclined to take this at face value, but just for the record, we might be in a non-prime reality. Nope. Not in a hurry anymore. Sorry, I just like the wave. Hello.
You're right on time.
Okino.
Here's the plan. I need to get some information out of the nurse's office. So I need you to distract the school nurse, Morimura. Just make sure she doesn't get to her office before I'm done. Morimura's wearing a big white coat. Can't miss her. All I need is about 10 minutes.
Hey!
You're a lifesaver.
Now, see, hold on. This kind of favor I'm all on board for. The last favor that Okino asked for was to clean up their garbage after they left the food out for the cat. It's like, no, it's super cool of you to leave out food for the cat, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna stand here, wait for the cat to finish its meal, and then clean up the trash. That's on you. Like, you're taking responsibility for that. This is something different. Hey, I need help. Can you distract Morimura? And I just wanted to pause. Hello to Ricardinho. And Ricardinho, congratulations on hitting 50 followers. I'm trying to make sure that we are at least a lurk in your stream every time that you're live to help get over the viewer minimum, because I very, very much would love to be at least some small part of you reaching affiliate. So congratulations on that. B, Mia has announced in chat that she's going to be here for this one, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that the episode she's here for is going to be Morimura-centric, because, oh, it's exactly the opposite of what she wants.
Okino's trying to sneak into the nurse's office. So I have to keep Morimura occupied in the schoolyard. She should be wearing a white coat.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have any trouble identifying which one she is. Schoolyard. We cannot afford any more hayseed. Check here for good measure. Nope.
Oh, that must be her.
So can you take care of that?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, she seems like quite a teacher. I can imagine the boys have a hard time focusing on class.
Now that's done.
Wait.
Yes?
There was an accident behind the school.
Quick pause, because this is going to be a conversation, I can already tell. Cara Luna, thank you so much for the raid. Cara Luna has just raided over. Hello to everybody coming over. We are playing 13 Sentinels. We are into episode 19, but because the game plays out non-chronologically, it's actually hard to say if anything that happens here is going to be a spoiler or anything. We're currently doing the graphic novel side of things, so there's going to be a lot of dialogue. That means not necessarily a lot of conversation. And Cara Luna, I hope that you've been having a fantastic time with Terratech. And hello to Innertooth. So at this moment, we are Hijiyama, and our goal is to distract the school nurse, Ms. Morimura, because our friend Okino is trying to rifle through her office and get some information out of it. So we're just trying to keep her away from going back into her office.
A student's been injured.
Oh no. Can you help me get them to the nurse's office?
Actually, they can't move because they broke their leg.
Oh, that's awful. We'll have to call them an ambulance, quick.
Wait, I mean, their leg's mostly fine, actually. They scraped their arm. Well, their entire body. They're very scraped. Maybe you should come and see for yourself.
And Innertooth, thank you very much for the host as well.
You don't even go to this school, do you? I know that uniform. You're from Nigakuri High, aren't you? Are you trying to pull pranks on teachers?
The jig is up.
What year are you? Tell me your name. You're coming with me to the student guidance room. Who's your homeroom teacher?
Oh, what? Do I run away?
Time for a retreat.
Oh, okay. So this was not 10 minutes. Our goal was to keep her distracted for 10 minutes, but... let's go to the break area. I can't afford any Hey C, but... Oh. Hello, cat. Shintaro, was that your name? Nope. No cat petting.
I don't have any money. I don't have any money.
Alright, yeah. Oh, and we can't talk to Shu, which is good. This makes the fact that Hijiyama does not talk to Shu Amaguchi makes him one of the smartest characters in the entire game. Alright, back to the walkway. Okay. Sure, we'll go back to the wooden school building. I don't know what would be there. Hello to Azaric. Innertooth says his beard
This place
is fine.
always helps me relax. Some kind of nostalgia, I suppose. The building still smells like it did back then.
But it's midnight and I'm tired all day for some reason. Well, today I certainly know that question.
Noodles stir-fried in sauce and folded in sweetened bread. I don't trust much in this.
Okay, yep, we definitely heard that.
Back then, I was just focused on training to pilot the Sentinel. I never imagined I'd end up like this.
Boy, what an odd thing. Hey, can you go distract the school nurse so that she doesn't come into her office? He proceeds to be the worst liar in the world, then goes back to the school where he's sort of like the old school building where he's hanging out. Let's just remember the 1940s. Yeah, Azaric, Caroluna, Innertooth, Epinomenon. I hope everybody has had a good Monday. Hopefully a nice, easy entry into the work week.
What's wrong? You can take a closer look. What do you think? I remember my first time seeing it too. The thrill of it all left me speechless.
So this is the Sentinel.
That's right.
Look at those arms. Those legs. It's like an iron giant.
A 2,000-ton invincible iron giant at that.
And hello to Jab. Jab, I hope you're having a good Monday so far.
You see those batteries on the front? Like a battleship's? I don't know much about the technical side, but it uses an electromagnetic field instead of gunpowder. 1 ton of shells in a single salvo.
A ton? They're just like the main batteries on the Nagato.
Boy, Nagato was not the way I would have thought that was going to be pronounced.
And those new flying bombs equipped on its back? They control their own path. Never miss a mark.
How is that possible?
It will revolutionize war as we know it.
If all that's true, then it sounds like a gift from the gods. Or something out of a science fiction novel.
Professor Doji can tell you the specifics. Apparently, it's based on this technology out of Germany.
Okay, so we've been sort of quietly theorizing that maybe the version of World War II that's presented to these characters is different than the way that things played out in real life. This is the first mention that there's been of Germany or its involvement in World War II, which brings us that much closer to like it being a lot like it was in the real world, but we'll sort of set that aside for a moment. And hello to Drienne. Drienne, I hope you're having a great Monday. Drienne's gonna check that thing. Well, I hope it's going well for you as well.
But I suggest you leave the details to the engineers. All we need to do is strap in and protect our homeland. And if I'm not able to, that duty will fall to you.
Aren't there any better candidates among the adults? Why did they turn to students like us?
The Sentinel's no ordinary machine. It chooses its pilots. You and I were apparently the only viable choices.
Hey, you two.
Huh? Kiriko-san!
Why are you here? This area should be highly restricted.
Oh, you know, I'm just delivering documents on the professor's behalf.
It's fine, Keitaro. She's the professor's daughter.
I have permission. Come with me. We'd better start on your sync connection adjustments. Well, the professor wants to anyway. I'm just the messenger.
Thank you for passing that along, Kiriko-san. Let's go, Keitaro. Since I never went back, Keitaro should have been made the only Sentinel pilot. But nothing in the history books even mentions him. Maybe they couldn't get the Sentinel ready in time.
So this is still green. I'm going to think about it real quick. Also, Intertooth is saying that he wants to play Raft again. Is the new story out already? Dran's agreeing that it's a lot of fun. I don't know if the patch has come out to add the new story content.
So the Sentinel's a weapon from the future? It's strange to say, but it does make sense. After all, even one of its computers was so far beyond what we knew.
All right. Now, the other thing is that you saw Okino there as Kiriko Doji. It's not clear to me if there was a real world. Hold on, Kiriko Doji, or if it was always Okino in disguise.
It is! If it isn't Keitaro in the flesh!
Who are you?
Do I look that different? It's me, Hijiyama. I never imagined you'd wind up here too.
Takatoshi-san?
It's the hair, isn't it? I suppose I can't blame you for not recognizing me. I've been living here for half a year now myself. It's had time to grow. Take a closer look. I swear, it's me.
It really is you, Takatoshi-san.
Oh gosh. Well, I mean, in order of importance, I think we have to talk to him about Yakisoba-pan.
Are you hungry at all? Come see where I'm staying. I'll treat you to some yakisoba-pan.
Oh no, I'm fine. These days, I'm in the care of Kurabe's grandchild.
I see. But I'm telling you, you've got to try this yakisoba-pan. It's the most delicious food this era has to offer.
Takatoshi-san, have you had the chance to try any hamburger?
What is this hamburger?
I have reason to believe it's the greatest culinary invention in history.
You overestimate your burger, my friend.
Oh, Yakisoba-pan versus Hamburger, which of course is just it's the way that he mispronounces hamburger. I guess he just hasn't seen it written out or whatever. Innertooth, thank you so much for the lurk, and I hope that you have a great night. And hello to Moo. Moo, I hope that you've been doing really well. Hashtag blame laundry for me being so late to the raid. No worries at all. Always take care of the family and stuff first, but it's great to see you here.
Okino said he didn't want anyone knowing he was here. Best not to go talking about Kiriko Doji either.
Oops.
What happened to the Sentinel?
Well, that's actually how I came to this era.
What, through the Sentinel?
It has the capacity to time travel.
What? So it's true. It really is a weapon from the future. Where is the Sentinel? Somewhere nearby?
It is around here, but I can't move it. Shikishima and this era's government caught wind of it too. They've seized the Sentinel.
Dear gods.
So this is why you disappeared. You came here.
What happened after I left?
You escaped as an accomplice to Kiriko Doji. At least, that's what all the reports said.
Nothing doing! Do you think I'm a spy as well?
No chance of that. But, even if you were a spy, you wouldn't face any punishment for it.
What do you mean by that?
There's nobody left in our time to authorize it.
So, we lost the war. Just like in the history books.
It's nothing to do with the war. The monsters destroyed everything.
What do you mean? Explain yourself.
Mia, thank you very much for doing the shouts out. Oh, Moose Stream today.
Hold it, Okino. Keitaro was talking about some horde of monsters. I want a real explanation. Hey! This place.
I think it'd be better to show you instead of trying to explain. So if we go back to the 1940s...
So it's true. This shrine held a way to travel across time.
You're coming, right?
Well, I guess so. Quick point of order. I don't know currently if Tsukasa Okino believes that they are, like, earnestly believes that they're time traveling, which this dialogue implies that they do, or if they're just sort of maintaining that illusion despite knowing what's really going on. As Okino remains a big sort of mystery figure in terms of what they do and don't know about this this whole situation.
Of course.
Then let's get going.
Everywhere here. It's the same thing. Tamao-san's house should have been around here. Not that you can tell with it like this. It's just like Keitaro said. There's not a soul in the factory, or the bunker. Doesn't look like there's anyone around here either. You'd think this place was hit by one of the air raids. But there isn't even a single body. No sign of any international aid or intervention.
Because Japan wasn't the only one hit. If I had to guess, this is the state of the entire world.
Yeah, so Okino's either a very accomplished liar or believes that they are on Earth. And time traveling, for that matter.
What are those? That's them, then? The ones you've been talking about?
Yeah, they're all Daimos. Destroyers of worlds.
Did these monsters eat everyone?
They don't eat. The people have all been captured, thanks to a buried UFO. Well, a saucer.
A saucer?
That's what the Daimos are after. Their goal is to break through to that giant underground saucer. Specifically to get in contact with its tech. That triggers the saucer's shifter, which teleports civilians. As to where they go, Or why the Daimos do it? We don't know.
So my mother... and Tamao-san... these things took them away? Wait... if the world was destroyed in the 1940s... then the land in 1985 should be...
It's hitting you too, huh?
Does that mean... these are... parallel worlds?
I'm impressed you even know the concept.
Used to borrow Keitaro's science fiction novels.
At the very least, there's one thing we know for sure. This reality and the other aren't connected by causality.
Nothing makes sense anymore. If this is a nightmare, I want to wake up. Just looking at this, it doesn't feel real.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't.
Boy, Okino, like, I feel like Okino doesn't know anything more than what they just said. Like, here's what was interesting about that scene. And, first of all, Azric is saying that due to security and protocols, he can no longer load up Twitch at work, which is, yeah, a big bummer. But, hey, if it's for your safety and the rest of the employees, I do get it. So, that is very disappointing, but hopefully... like, do they allow you to bring in, like, a book, a Kindle? I don't know, something offline? For a lot of years on my time off during my lunch break, I would pop open, like, a Switch or laptop and play while I ate lunch, you know, but I don't know if those sorts of electronics are allowed where you work. So here's what's interesting about that scene. Rather than directly explaining anything to Hijiyama, Okino showed him the information that was available and seemed to be watching to see what he would make of it. That is both potentially a way for Okino to confirm their line of thinking to see if Hijiyama might come to a different opinion, and also to sort of gauge Hijiyama's, you know, reasoning ability. Like, what does Hijiyama know? What does Hijiyama make of this? What sort of theory does he make up? Like, does he come out with something like thunderously stupid? And when he doesn't, that might have been a sign that Okino feels like they can work with Hijiyama. But it's just a thought. So we can now do some more Keitaro Miura, but I kind of want to see if we can finish up Hijiyama here. And we have an updated mystery file. And yeah, okay. As told by Keitaro Miura upon their reunion, Takatoshi Hijiyama came upon empty ruins and packs of inactive demos after returning to 1945. And the disappearance of the people has been something of a question that we've seen in one of the combat sequences that, quote, all the civilians are being shifted away. But where are they going? Like, you don't suddenly get thousands and thousands and thousands of more people living in 2065, for example. So the most logical idea is that they're all being shifted to Sector 0, which is the place from which no one returns. And there seems to be some misunderstanding about that. So yeah, it's just sort of a thought as we go through here.
Mm-hmm. What am I supposed to do now? If I'd been there before my homeland lost everything, if I'd fought in the Sentinel, maybe we'd still have some hope left. According to Okino, that chance is long gone. But he might still know something. I feel so powerless. In the end, all I can do is rely on him.
Yes?
He's telling me about all these things. But even I know this is all over my head. How do I make a difference? Is it even possible?
Okay. Moo is saying, I feel like there should be visuals of people's minds exploding all the time in this game. Carolyn is saying the visual part of it was censored, but the background sound is an audio representation of it. I mean, this game is like, it would be very easy for me to believe that there exist people that play 3 or 4 hours of this and just tap out, because it is very difficult to piece it all together. And I'm honestly, even at this point, not sure how I feel about their decision to force you to play in sort of a non-chronological way and jump from one story to the next, because it just makes it all the more difficult to follow. On the whole, I enjoy it a lot, but I have to imagine that it really limited their potential audience. It'll be one of those things that we discuss as we go. I will say, and this is a point that I wanted to make on Twitter, I was turned on to this game... Oh, hold on.
Where is Okino?
I was turned on to this game by Kim Wallace over at Game Informer. This game got a very, very positive review from her, specifically highlighting all the twists and turns that the story takes. So I arrived at this game with that in my mind, that it might be a little bit more of a long burn. And okay, there's no Okino here. Yeah, let's go to the walkway. And for all I know, Chad says I would have been long gone. For all I know, this is how a lot of visual novels are. Like, this is the only visual novel that I've ever played. So I don't know if some of these storytelling ideas are very common. I will say this will not be the only one that we play. All right, so let's go to the break area, just because the break area is very small. I know that Cara Luna is a big fan of visual novels. All right, I know I don't have any cash, but let's check. Okay. Hey, also, he didn't ask Okino anything about what happened in the nurse's office. What was the whole point of that scene? That didn't go anywhere, at least not that we've seen so far. There was no follow-up like, hey, did you get what you needed out of the nurse's office?
Hold it right there. You certainly don't take pride in your appearance.
That's all I have to wear.
Do we really have students like you at our school? I've never seen you around. What school do you attend?
Can't mind his own business.
I've never seen you around. What school do you attend?
Can't mind his own business.
All right. I couldn't tell that was red because of the background thing. So... Oh, I can look for change again. We have to check the shrine. What am I supposed to do? Do I just walk away from this dude?
Noodle stir.
Nope.
No, they're...
Nope.
So the Sentinel's a weapon?
No. Okay, well, fuck off. Let me check to see if there's any change here.
No, there wouldn't be.
No, of course. Why would there be change in the place that I found change before?
That obvious. What happened?
I looked at the wrong textbook.
Carolina is saying visual novels are generally presented in chronological order unless they make it a specific part of the story. Like, yeah, I assume a flashback or maybe sometimes a flash forward. Time jump.
I don't have any money.
I am concerned that there's something that I'm supposed to do with Goto, because he's never been out here before. This is a new element. Also, we might get a clue here. Yeah, so we solved Morimura, and then we did this whole thing. No, we don't know anything else about this. All right, I'm just gonna make sure.
I just don't want to miss the show.
I've never seen you around.
So that's it.
Okay. This seems like a really odd place to drop the conversation.
Midnight, meow meow. I'm just a big fan. Back to front.
How is it possible that this is where this begins and ends? Yeah, I can't talk to him about any of these topics. Keep looking for change, I guess. I'll go back to the break area for a second. Kaylin says, apparently I'm getting invaded just after I restarted building my tech completely from scratch. So that's in Terra Tech, I take it? Let me check here for some change.
No.
Okay. Let's go look underneath the vending machines.
No.
All right. Hey, Shintaro. You got any change? You sitting on any?
That's...
Oh my god, he actually did.
100 yen coin. That's a lucky find. Oh, wait. This isn't what it looks like.
What does it look like?
Wait.
100 yen coin is like $1. Uh-oh.
Really? It's all a misunderstanding. No. I guess it wasn't a misunderstanding at all.
Wait. Wait, seriously. Is there some sort of breach of personal etiquette that I'm missing here? There was a cat. He looked at the cat. The cat had $1. He picked up the $1. This shook him to his core to the point where he had to take a knee? What did I miss? Epinomenon says, cultural contact note, picking up coins off the ground is shameful in Japanese culture. Okay. That's good to know. It raises the question of why, and it's not, like, for me to judge the culture, but then if you, like, drop a coin on the ground, it just stays there indefinitely? Does somebody... Okay, I'm asking too many more questions. It's not relevant. Now, 100 yen is not enough to get a yakisoba pan. So I can go look for the cat, or I can drink a Heisei. I'm gonna drink a Heisei. I honestly had no idea of that.
Fresh apple juice. That's powerfully sweet.
Every time I have one of those, I'm looking for, what's-her-face to come get me. So, although, wait, maybe that was her coming to, like, check it out. Because, yeah, Ryoko's the one who came to see him, like, enjoying a drink. So, I'll go back to the schoolyard. Oh, Epinomenon is clarifying that you can pick up your own money, but picking up a stranger's money, like unknown money, that's what's uncouth.
Oh, that's...
I'm gonna steal this cat's lunch money.
Really?
Yeah.
What exactly are you doing?
I wanted to see if down here there was someone who would mind his own fucking business. Why? What are you doing?
I've never seen you around.
Oh, God damn it. I'm gonna take that money.
Really?
Okay. So, next goal, I want that cash. How do we get rid of this guy?
What's got you all nervous?
I just don't want to miss the show tonight.
Oh, so that's it. I was wondering why you've been missing practice. What's the show?
It's,
No, there wouldn't be any around here.
I'm just a big fan, you know, back to front.
Oh, right. That show with the pop stars.
What, something wrong with that?
I mean, it's fine, but...
Blah 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 is asking, how would a stranger know whether or not it's your money? Oh, here she is. Hello.
No.
Okay, apparently I can't talk to Miwako. There's no talk to options here. Alright, well, I'm going to the cafeteria. Maybe he'll realize that he doesn't have enough money. Blah, blah, blah. I imagine it would be like if there was a coin sitting on the ground and somebody just wandered up and looked at it and decided to pick it up. That's what's inappropriate.
I have 50 yen on me. 150 yen? I don't have the money.
All right. So we know that Miwako likes Goto. We know that Goto is the huge Budinsky. I don't know, back to the schoolyard. I don't think I'm ready to leave here. Jab says, when I was in Japan, if you lost your wallet, whoever found it would track you down and return it with everything still in it. Oh, Miwako is gone. Maybe?
What's got you all nervous?
I just don't want to miss the show.
I've never seen you.
Okay.
Right. That show with the pop stars.
What? Something wrong with that?
It's fine, but...
All right, let's go back to the walkway. We're gonna go search around. I really think like we need to get the money off the cat. I'm very glad that Epinomenon explained this, because I, like, joking aside, was completely mystified as to what was happening and how chagrined he was that Ryoko saw him picking up some coins off the ground. All right, just to be very thorough, I don't think there's anything else in here for me. Then, presuming that we do go back to the thing, so we walk up to Shintaro, we think about change, Shintaro then generates change. How do we get Goto out of there? Because if we leave, he just stands there reading his book. Let's do this.
What's got you all nervous?
Okay, and Miwako is gone now, which feels weird.
Oh, so that's it. I was wondering why you've been missing practice. What's the show?
It's, midnight meow meow.
All right, he's always looking.
I'm just a big fan.
This woman said, oi, once, but it hasn't happened since then.
I mean, it's fine, but...
Oh, God. It's another situation. Yeah. So we fed the cat, we heard about loose change, we sold Morimura, and now we're on to this. And I feel like we've got the item, we've got the MacGuffin, and we've got the blocker, and let me just make sure that I can't engage him in any specific conversation.
So the Sentinels, it's strange to say after all.
Okay, so the last time that we had something like this, I needed to use a specific dialogue option at a specific location, regardless of whether or not it seemed... I just wasn't putting together that that's what it was. So this is the most prominent landmark here, the little shrine. So I can think about Okino.
He's telling me about all these things. But even I know this is all... How do I make a difference?
Okay, quick pause because Moo has gone on a gift sub tear. Moo has given a gift sub to Epinomenon, Jab, Drienne, and Caroluna. Moo, thank you so much. 42 gift subs. That is a number of power. Thank you so much. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, what gift mayhem. Hold on, let me just make sure that I didn't miss any. Moo, my goodness, thank you so much. Jab was also saying, on the other hand, it was one of the most ruthless criminal enterprises in the world. It had one of the most ruthless criminal enterprises in the world. Jab further says that this character is exhausting. I assume he could mean either Hijiyama or Goto. Yeah, Mia's thanking Moo. Angel's totally oblivious, waits for it. Yeah. Oh, yes, 42. Was it planned that I got number 42? I have to assume so, Caroluna. You're a person of power with a beard of power. That's so awesome, and the stars align. Thank you guys so much. I don't know what to do here. I can ask him for change.
No, there wouldn't be any.
I can't talk to these guys. I can't talk to the women back here.
Really? What exactly?
I can't believe that I'm not allowed to pick up what's probably a 100 yen coin because of this jackass. What is it even to you, dude? Why don't you find anything else to do with your day? And also, like, I am distracted by the fact that, oh, hi. Hello.
No.
Okay,
Noodle stir
no.
fried. So the
All right, and I can't think about any of this. The fact that Miwako is here has to mean something. Maybe, you know what? Maybe now that she's here, I wander back over here.
Hold it right there.
Okay.
Goto-senpai!
Sorry. I remembered something I have to do.
Oh, he's gone.
Okay, things that are important to Goto. Number 1, stop anybody from picking up the cat's lunch money. Number 2, confronting random strangers that he doesn't know to challenge their authority whether or not they should be on school grounds. Number 3, and actually the most important thing is, oh no, a girl who likes me, I'd better get out of here.
100 yen coin. That's a lucky find.
It sure is. It's Yokisoba-pan time. Yakisoba-pan time. Moo is paying forward the resubs that she got today. Well, Moo, again, it's very, very much appreciated, and mostly I'm glad to hear that you are streaming again.
I have 150 yen on me. Your finest yakisoba-pan, please.
What is everyone else in line for? Like, what is this scrum that happens here every single day, if not for the fact that they all want this yakisoba-pan? Are we getting ripped off that the way better treat is over there and that's what everyone else is in line for? No one else gives a shit about the yakisoba-pan?
Sorry for making you wait, yakisoba-pan. But it's okay now. Time to dig in. Delicious. Impossibly delicious. But of course it is. It's yakisoba-pan.
Moo is saying, wait a second, no hamburger? No, that is, what's his face? They did, if you didn't see it, there was a conversation between Kitaro and Hijiyama over whether or not yakisoba-pan was better than hamburger. All right, so, like, back to the wooden school building it's gonna be. I do like not every time, but a major part of Hijiyama's story in every chapter, in every sequence, is get yakisoba-pan, and then the story continues. And as Blobbity Blah says, if I was in another timeline where I was homeless on the street, what some stranger thought about me picking $1 up off the ground would be the last of my concerns. Drienne is saying, I feel like that's how I must describe all of my favorite foods now. Fall to one knee and forcefully whisper, impossibly delicious.
Oh, that's... $100 coin. That's a lucky find.
Goto pops out from behind the tree. Hey! I saw you pick up that coin. So, wait, what am I saving up for now? So now I have 100 yens. So, I don't know. I'm gonna go check the schoolyard real quick. Bobby Blessing, if I ever go to Japan, I will order the finest yakisoba pan. Oh, I totally would.
Wanna get going?
Yeah, but I want to hear more tomorrow.
Let's eavesdrop from right over here. No, holy shit. We still haven't found what we're supposed to do. All I know is look for Okino at Sakura High School. All right, well, let me just check here.
No, nope.
No. All right, let's go back to the break area then.
So I'll see you at the usual place later.
Yeah, I get it.
As far as I know, up to this point, we've had no indication that Kisaragi and Okino even know each other.
I'll see you later.
And that's not the robot Kisaragi, because her leg is okay.
Who was that just now?
Nobody, okay? It's fine. Oh, right. I should probably tell you. I'll be late getting home again tonight.
You've been gone every night for a while now. Where have you been going? Tokisaka Shrine?
You don't need to know.
Hey,
Go ahead and get yourself dinner. Don't wait up for me, okay?
Wait, I already had yakisoba. Why? Okay, I can't get a drink anymore. Also, Epinomenon is saying at the Japanese 1-year anniversary celebration of 13 Sentinels. I love that this game has an anniversary celebration because here in the United States, I'm not sure that it's very well known at all. I'd love to see sales figures. I don't feel like it caught on, which is a real shame. At the Japanese 1-year anniversary celebration of 13 Sentinels, they actually played this English voice acting for the Japanese actors, and they loved it. That is very cool. Because, oh, yeah, I'll totally go after Okino.
Right now. After sundown. I'll wait for him at Tokisaka Shrine. No point just sitting around waiting for him. I'll have to kill time for a while.
There's no point in
Damn,
waiting for
Okino.
him. I'll just have to wait
Is
for
that
him.
what this money was for? Just a bribe to appease me? No, I'm getting too worked up about this. Damn his allowance. I can spend this all right now.
Yeah, no, I like that the no is nah, but I'm 100% gonna get some canned soda. It's carbonated and delicious.
Delicious.
Wait, how many of these do I have?
Delicious.
Wait, can I burst my stomach lining?
Delicious. Something's going on with him. I can tell.
Yeah, there's gonna be something going on with you in about 6 hours. Milk coffee.
It feels like he's hiding something.
Okay. So we've had. Do I have a high Hey C now?
What was Okino planning with that girl?
I do not know how large yakisoba pan typically is, but
Oh no. What time is it? I need to hurry over to Tokisaka Shrine.
He basically just ate the mass equivalent of both of his own legs in pasta folded in bread.
I can't believe I overslept. It's so late. The two of them must be long gone by now. Probably. Well, no choice. I'll wait here and confront them when they return. Ogata.
Hey, Hijiyama. You remember all that shit you put me through? 'Cause I sure as hell do.
Now that I think about it, I don't know how you escaped, but I see how it is. You came looking for another black eye.
Try it. See what happens.
Ogata-kun, aren't we here to look for Kisaragi-san?
Yeah, okay, fine. Don't have time for this.
I honestly have no idea at what point in the timeline Ogata and Kurabe are hanging out looking for Kisaragi.
Sorry to disappoint. We'll dance some other time.
And that's your decision to make, huh? Selfish bastard.
The hell are you doing here anyways?
I'm looking for Okino.
What happened to him?
This is just what I heard from Sawatari-san. But according to her, Kisaragi-san's been going out to meet some guy lately.
She what? Just the two of them?
Must be that girl from this afternoon.
So that's who Kisaragi ran off with. Got a feeling I know where they went, too.
What? How?
She mentioned something about it.
By the way, do you know how to work this time travel business?
Oh. You don't know either?
Oh, I want to talk to Juro as well.
Did you have to take the same hiding spot? It's too hot over here now. Move over there.
Shut it. If it's so damn stuffy, then you take a hike. God damn it. Sick of all these mosquitoes.
Maybe they didn't even go today.
Well, Kurabe already went home. But I ain't leaving until I know what's going on here.
Same here. The way things are, I feel like I don't know anything anymore. So, this girl, Kisaragi, what kind of relationship do you two have?
She's, you know, a friend.
A friend, huh? Okino hasn't been wearing the dress lately. Did he drop it for the sake of getting close to her? Maybe you weren't the person I thought you were, Tsukasa Okino.
I cannot imagine who he thought Tsukasa Okino was, given the fact that they are, in all topics, incredibly cold. I don't want to say cold, but disinterested in personal entanglements and evasive about any information that doesn't directly benefit whatever the goal is at this particular moment. Boy, the person that I knew oh so well, how could they have like misled me in this way?
Shh. They're coming.
Seriously, I'm not lying. I know I saw that image pop up.
I know. The access logs confirm you got in. The question is, why didn't we get a response?
Hey!
Okino!
Hey, idiot, don't just jump out.
Ogata? What the heck are you doing here?
Shut up.
Huh? Don't tell me. Are you a little jealous? That's totally it, right?
Please. Who get jealous over you?
Is that what this is about? You got jealous?
Don't be ridiculous. I was just
worried about you, that's all. You went to that underground place, right?
Well, the androids were all broken anyway.
I mean, heck, if something had happened to you.
Moron.
The way that I read their relationship specifically is they both like each other, but Nenji Ogata doesn't want to overcommit because he's got to be the big tough guy, so he's got to pretend like he's not really into her. And Kisaragi actually does like Ogata, but is simultaneously uncomfortable with the amount that he likes her. So the two of them are sort of gradually finding their way around to each other, and it's very, you know, teens in love. I actually think that this whole relationship is pretty well written.
I want to know how to save everyone. If there's a way, then tell me. Please.
I understand. I'm doing my best to find the right answer here. I don't know if it'll be enough to save everyone, but it could make a difference, at least. I'll tell you all I know. It's getting late. You should all go home.
Huh? Come on, Okino, you kidding me?
Oh, come on. I'll explain everything on the way back. So walk me home, please?
Damn it. You got off easy this time, Okino.
Now, we'd better get going.
To where?
The Tower of Knowledge. That's where it all starts.
What is this?
I told you about this before. We're inside the buried UFO.
That's where this is? So, okay, so why would it be called the Tower of Knowledge if it's underground? How do they know it's a... Maybe they have a schematic or something that says that it's a tower. We've been here multiple times. Maybe it was mentioned. I just sort of thought that this was inside the framework of the colony. I didn't realize that this was part of, like, the foundation of the saucer that, you know, is part of the ship or whatever it is that they are all actually on.
So this UFO, it's somewhere deep underground?
Let's see. First, you'd better take a look at this.
I know that shoreline.
That's Ashitaba City in the middle. And 300 meters below the surface, we have this.
The saucer.
Around 30 kilometers in diameter.
That's gigantic.
Oops. What did I... Okay. Share information with Okino at the underground UFO.
So this was built by humans from the future?
Or extraterrestrials, potentially.
So this is what the Daimos had been chasing?
Exactly. The UFO's also in Sector 5, which means it's also buried there in 1945. The people there disappeared when Deimos came into contact with it. Same as in my time. But there's only one left, still fully functional. And that's the one in 1985.
We know there's a pattern to the attacks. 40-year gaps, going chronologically backwards. Then why has nothing happened in 1985? Why skip that year and go straight to my time?
That's actually pretty sharp, especially for you.
Hey now.
It's because 1985 is kind of an outlier. Someone in that time has the decode control key. In other words, that'd be the one sending commands to the Deimos. That's why they never mounted a full attack. They just went straight to Sector 5. Sector 4 will be the final target on their list. Which means 1985 will be our last line of defense.
Okay. I wasn't particularly wondering why they had skipped 1945. I just sort of thought that it was the one they skipped. You know, it's just... But no, that's interesting that the control key they were saving for last because that's sort of what's triggered them. Now, one thing that remains a little bit unclear to me, the person that, quote, carries the control key, unquote, it doesn't seem like they're consciously aware of the fact. It's rather a program that is in their nanomachines. If I'm wrong, and there is actually malign intent there, it hasn't been communicated very well because, like, Nenji Ogata had it at one point. He doesn't seem like he's interested in destroying the world. As far as we know, at least my running theory, I'm gonna feel so stupid if this was clarified earlier, but don't we think that Natsuno Minami has it, based on what happened in Ogata's storyline? She's certainly not interested in blowing up the world, so the key seems to be something that summons the Demos, but doesn't directly control them. It's not like Minami can wish for them to do things or whatever.
People from the future were preparing for the final battle. Those compatible with the inner Lossiter were being gathered in Sector 4.
Sorry to break again, but Moo is stepping aside to get dinner. Moo, thank you so much for the lurk, and if I didn't already miss you, thank you again very, very much for the gift subs.
So in the end, we can't stop the commands?
Well, you already know the situation. We have no idea who's actually summoning them. Even then, killing the source would be meaningless. Someone else would just start broadcasting the signal. Anyone implanted with the inner Lossiter is a candidate. Any one of them can be the Deimos' wayfinder.
So even I might be...
Yeah. Even you could be the one luring them to us.
So why do we have it in the first place? Who modified us with that inner Lossiter? Is that what they wanted? To destroy the world?
Like I said, there's still a lot we don't know. Besides which, it's this UFO that's abducting people. We don't know much about the inner Lossiter, but it's general use information technology from 2188. It's got that decode sending out commands, but that's comparatively a very minor part of its function.
Wait, minor?
That's the part I don't get. Something else is eating up over 80% of the inner Lossiter's processes. Some totally unrelated function. Nothing to do with the decode. I tried to find out what function the system's prioritizing, but I don't know. None of this makes sense.
Okay, see, as soon as I say that Okino is cryptic and evasive, they come out and just talk openly about all the things that they do and don't know, and completely confides in Hijiyama. So here's me updating my thoughts on what Okino is like based on new information. Now, so at this moment, I'm sort of thinking that the inner Lossiter is just interchangeable with the master control program, or whatever it's called, universal control, and that the 80% of its functions are being used to manipulate the information and to actively change people's memories.
The data throughput of the decode isn't that much. It basically just needs to maintain a link to the person commanding the Deimos, and access 3 locations at regular intervals. One of the access points is the mainframe of the UFO. Universal control.
Oh, there we go.
Might have to do with the reason people disappear. I'd need more data to know for sure. The second point of access is Sector 1. The automated factories in the year 2105. The factories weren't destroyed when they attacked. They're using them to manufacture more Deimos. That's where the Sentinels were created too. And the final access point, by my guess, would be the thing Tomi Kisaragi saw. Some kind of satellite in orbit. And from its databanks, They're pulling blueprint data for the Deimos themselves.
Even knowing all that, though, are we any closer to saving the world?
It's a long shot, but if I can figure out this UFO and the orbital contact point, it's possible we can bring back the people who disappeared. But yeah, it feels like I'm still overlooking something. Something a bit more fundamental.
I dearly love the fact that this story is so centered on people who are intelligently piecing together information that they have without yet having the ability to recognize that some of the details that they think they know. For example, I've grown up on Earth. We live in Japan. Japan is an island over here, and right over there is the mainland. And it's like several of those things are just false, but they are prevented from knowing that by universal control. So they're piecing together everything that they know without realizing that some of their most fundamental understandings of the nature of the world are so flawed that they cannot reach the truth of it. Oh, so now that's it. That's as far as we can go for Hijiyama, because now we have to go do Renya Goto's hypocrisy event. So instead of that, let's go to... nope. Yes. Yep, we should be able to do a Sekigahara, which is a good, both he and Hijiyama are from... Nope, whoops, I'm thinking of Kitaro, and we already finished him, didn't we? No, we didn't. Okay, so let's go do him. BJ's true identity was revealed to be Keitaro Miura from the previous world. Claiming he'll soon be gone, or be gone soon, BJ asked Miura to fulfill a promise.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I will never not get Kitaro Miura and a Sekigahara confused. To the point where if they're not related or clones of one another, I will be a little bit surprised because they look incredibly similar to me. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, we gotta pause. Can I pause it here before we go? Because there were so many comments. Judgment Day, sunset, time to make up my mind. Can I pause it here?
Everything looks like it's made of gold. I remember the day the Kurabe family took me in. I held Chihiro's hand, and there was a sunset just like this. Chihiro.
Okay, quick pause here. Sorry, I had intended to do this at the chapter break. So there was some conversation in chat about yakisoba pan, specifically centered on the idea that it can fit inside of a hot dog bun, so it can't be that large. But, like, is it just me, or does eating large amounts of carbohydrates fill you up really quickly? Like, I've never had pasta inside of a hot dog bun, but I imagine that exactly one of those would be sufficient to make me feel very, very full. Large amounts of carbs will fill me up much faster than meat or chicken, or meat is chicken, but chicken is meat rather. But I'm thinking like hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken. I mean, that would fill me right up. And dude ate like 7, like right in a row. So yeah, I feel like that. Also, I mean, just graphically on screen, it looks like it's the size of a calzone. And there was a time in my life that I could, like, really chow down on a full calzone. Now I feel like that would be 3 meals. And I am not a small person. It's just, that seems like a lot. And yes, also he's starving to death in the streets. Like that's probably as much food as he's had in the entire preceding week, but it just seemed like a lot. Bobby Black says, oh, we're not looking for money anymore? Oh, don't worry. We still have got some more Hijiyama, and believe me, it will be as challenging the next time that I need to find money. Let me just take a quick look in here. Okay, so Moo gave Caroluna the 40-second gift sub. Next year they'll be launching Yakisoba Pun. Is that... oh, I missed the context of that comment. Because I like the idea of Yakisoba Pun. Drienne says, I must describe all my favorite foods. Fall to one knee and forcefully whisper, impossibly delicious. Epinomenon correctly says, yeah, I was being silly. Yen is both singular or plural. That is correct, as is my understanding as well. So you might spend 1 yen, which is like a penny, or you might spend 10,000 yen, but it's always yen. Yeah, when I said yens, I was just being stupid and should not. I don't want to be disrespectful towards the currency and culture of other places, so that's where that is. Was he referencing an Icelandic yens? See, now somebody like introduced during Mia's watch of The Wave some additional word for like a fjord or a dike or some sort of like some of their like water management systems that they have that are actually pretty advanced, and I just don't remember what the word was. Jab said that would be a lot of drama at Valabar and Sons. For Drienne saying that they'd have to fall to one knee. I would. No, actually, if I saw somebody do that, like at like a local artisanal deli or something, I would just feel embarrassed for them. I was about to say that I'd really like it, but no, I'd be like, oh. Let me just see here. Yen is singular and plural. That was when Moo had to go lurk, and Drienne had thanked Moo for the sub, and Jab also says, in just 2 words, teenage male. Yes, that is probably the correct answer, because yeah, when I was in high school, I could eat infinite food. I had an endless appetite, and I don't know if it was just metabolism or just being a lot more physically active. I was capable of consuming a lot, and you wouldn't necessarily have known. Now I consume comparatively very little, and believe me, it's just as surprising because I don't look nearly as fit as I used to, but still work out every day. And Carolina was clarifying the context was simply yakisoba pan. All right, so let's think about Chihiro. So for anybody joining us in Mura Progress, Chihiro, he knows Chihiro as his younger sister, who's like 6 years old. And as far as we know, Chihiro is also better known as Chihiro Morimura, who is at various points in this story not at various points, at this point in the story, at this specific point in the story, Chihiro Morimura appears to be about 6 years old and also 16-ish and also 32 years old, and at the ripe old age of 32, she is the school nurse, Chihiro Morimura. At 16, she's known as Iori Fuyusaka. So he is thinking of her as his 6-year-old younger sister, I believe.
I don't care who Chihiro says she is. She's still family.
Oh, okay. And, oh,
Takatoshi-san. You actually showed up?
That Sentinel belongs to us, doesn't it? Why wouldn't I show up? So that's where it is, huh?
Yeah. The Sentinels inside that building.
And a quick second to just celebrate the fact that Centrifugal Force has just posted her very first Twitch message in this channel from her brand new internet connection that she's hooked up in her own apartment. It's her brand new apartment that she just signed a lease. Congratulations, Force, and I'm very, very happy to be here to receive your first message.
Strange, isn't it? Pretty soon, all this will turn into a battleground. We'll be fighting in a place that's supposedly in the future. This is what we've been training for. Odd circumstances aside, it's an honor to fight using such incredible weapons.
I don't know what, if anything, Hijiyama knows about Chihiro.
Takatoshi-san, if anything happens to me, could you look after Chihiro?
Don't be stupid! Whenever you're in trouble, I'll always be there. And if it ever looks grim, I'll be the first to take a bullet for you.
And don't get discouraged. No one's going to die.
All right. Let's go. We're taking back our Sentinel.
That's what I want to hear. There it is.
We found
Just
it.
how I remember it. Freeze! Another one? He's still alive. I'm using low power shots, but still. Feels like we've given these guys quite the punishment.
I want to thank you, Takatoshi-san. I couldn't have recovered the Sentinel without your help.
It's still a little too early to be thanking me.
Right. Natsuno-san's already out there fighting. I'd better join her.
Save some action for me, all right? I'll catch up to you soon.
Oh, here we go.
BJ. A different me from a different time. According to him, I should be able to activate the Sentinel now. It worked. All right, no time to waste. Natsuno-san, can you hear me?
Miura-kun, thank God. I thought it was all over.
Just stay put. I'll be right there.
Okay.
I have to protect my family. And everyone I hold dear. Even if it costs me my life.
What an odd chapter that, like, they had to, like, not paywall, but, like, stonewall, I guess, like, gate behind Hijiyama story content. Like, so we definitely want to check out the mystery files, but that's it. So we finished Kitaro Miura. Force further says, I need to get my PC closed and a few odds and ends, but I'm 80% of the way moved in. One day, I might become the proud owner of a couch. Well, just a quick thought on that. The couch that you acquire is the couch that you then have to either move with you next time or, what's the phrase I'm thinking of? Dispose of after the fact. When I moved into my first place, went with a futon that doubled as a bed to save some space. So that was actually a real delight to be rid of afterwards. Force further says, but by God, don't worry, I own 5 dining chairs, 2 fold-up chairs, and 1 office chair. Well, no, it's better than sitting on the floor, for sure. Okay, so I think somebody else had unlocked at some point. Nope, we're basically... Okay, so I think that we can wrap up a Sekigahara. So, what it says here, using the message he obtained through the message service, a Sekigahara met up with Natsuno Minami and Yuki Takamiya. The message from his friend revealed that Sekigahara has been working with Tetsuya Ida. Boy, it's been a while. Okay.
We'll get off here.
But the SIU building is still a little further ahead.
That's okay. This thing will stick out if we bring it too close.
Yeah, you're right. In that case, I'll lead you the rest of the way. Let's go.
Like an entirely new environment. I want to look in our thought cloud, but okay, I can do it now. So I do not know which of these is new. Let's think about Yuki since she's right here.
Yuki Takamiya. In order to protect Natsuno Minami, she had no choice but to cooperate with the SIU. She says she knows who issues orders to the black suits. Apparently, it's Ida.
Okay, so that was new. After that, let's think about maybe Natsuno.
I gathered some information from Natsuno's unit, and I came across some interesting details. Apparently, I had accepted a particular job to assassinate Chihiro Morimura.
Yep, alright. And then, probably the phaser, since we're thinking so much about assassination.
A gun from the underground facility in the future. The android was using it.
Also, Force is saying, love yourself, don't get a futon. Again, good for space saving, but then bad for everything else.
Iori Fuyusaka. Despite having lost my memories, she continues to help me with an open heart. I'm not sure how to reciprocate.
Okay, so other than that, we've heard a lot about this stuff, so let's go ahead with Yuki.
Let's head to the top of this overpass. We can get a good view of the SIU building from up there. Wanna go check it out?
Yeah.
I think I hit triangle by mistake.
Which one's the SIU building?
See that over there? It's the building next to the police station.
Which floor?
Top.
Got it. I'll take it from here. You're staying behind.
Like hell I am.
All you're gonna do is slow me down. Unless you want to take a straight bullet to the head. But I don't think you do.
Hang on a second. Someone's sending out orders to me in the black suits. I'm not sure who, though. But the orders are coming from the SIU building.
I thought you said it was Ida.
He's dead. I'm pretty sure Shinonome shot him.
I suppose I'll find out when I get there.
What? Okay, so again, we've been playing this game over the course of multiple weeks. I'd have to go back to see when the first episode was. We did play all the way through Ryoko Shinonome's story. I'm trying to remember, and I don't think that we have seen a scene, watched a scene, participated in a scene, where Shinonome shot Tetsuya Ida. There's many reasons why she would, but I thought that her memory was wiped to the point where the only thing that she remembered was how to pilot a Sentinel, and the fact that Ida had, like, specially customized one just for her, which is true, and also the cause of her downfall. I don't remember her shooting him, but I may... That might be a scene that we haven't had access to yet, or it might be something that hasn't happened and Yuki is just wrong, which does happen in this game, or I don't even remember what the or was. All right, guess I'm leaving. Epinomeron says you have 100% seen it. It's in Ryoko's second to last story segment. I strongly suggest viewing it again in the archives. Let's go watch it after this.
I know you're there.
Oh, I have to think about communication device. Here's the thing, as soon as the scene starts, I will probably remember it. Ricardnio! Okay, hold on a second, hold on. I like to keep the story going, but when Ricardnio, just like Moo, drops 5 gift subs to the community, Ricardnio, thank you so much. That is fantastic. Ricardnio, and thank you, congratulations to LeSteve, Puss in Boots 5, Kim Joins, Tells Mist, and Miki Adore. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that somewhat look. Yes, a brand new badge for you, and Ricardnio, thank you so much. That's fantastic. I really, really appreciate it.
So you came.
You've been using the drone to monitor us, haven't you?
I'm nothing if not thorough. It might interest you to know that I have a guest with me. Miss Iori Fuyusaka. Now then, why don't you come by so we can talk? And hurry. I'd like to give you a proper welcome.
Hey, he's not dead.
Just watch your ass in there.
I A, can't believe that she's staying behind, and B, don't believe that she's staying behind. Go to SIU. Yeah, I always feel like I am inadequate at thanking people for doing things like gift subs. Like, you guys really have no idea how much it means. Oh, shit.
Drop the gun. Now.
Hey, Yuki, he is dead. My bad.
Don't do anything rash. One wrong move and I'll blow her head off.
That voice. So you're Ida. That explains how you survived being shot. You were an android this whole time.
That's not true. I did die. I simply copied my memories onto this android, just in case something were to happen to me.
You plan to perform another loop as an android?
Don't be a fool. I've already saved my data to the evacuation area.
So you're having the android do the dirty work.
When it comes to making sure I end up in the next world, there's no one I trust to get the job done more than me.
Release Fuyusaka. She has nothing to do with this.
No. If anything, her existence poses a threat. And as it turns out, you have no intention of keeping our promise.
You know I lost my memories. How do you expect me to keep a promise I don't remember?
Perhaps this will ring a bell.
So, how'd it all go? Taking care of anyone standing in your way, I hope. Well, you can relax. Ryoko and I did what we needed on our end. We've already backed up your data. Next time when the world resets, you'll still have your memories intact. There's only one thing left for you to do. Obey Tetsuya Ida's orders. Keep up the good work.
Sounds like a real moron. He clearly has no clue what's going on.
I see I'm left with no other choice. I'd long anticipated your betrayal. Besides, it's already too late. No matter what you do, this is the end for you. Once we arrive in the next world, I promise to take very good care of you all. Now you can die in this world with nothing to fear.
No!
Out of my way. Relax. You get to die first, Sekigahara, so you don't have to watch.
Morimura. She abandoned the idea of starting over again. And she became obsessed with Operation Aegis. Don't you want to know why?
Wait, even I don't have any idea why.
Oh, I remember clearly. I received Miura back in Sector 3. You're the one who gave him to me. And I remember recording the footage you just played, too. I made sure to back up all my memories. Now I remember everything.
Are you okay?
No.
This is bad. There's nowhere to run.
The black suits are monitoring major streets.
We're completely surrounded.
I don't have much time left. That's why I left myself a message. I'll be able to check it using the message service.
probably be a little bit more clear on this note about what these numbers mean.
Oral NM C0204 is printed on the label. The bottle's made of plastic. There's nothing inside.
And hello to Patikan. Patikan, I hope you're also having a great Monday.
We can utilize Operation Aegis to protect this world. If we do, we'll be able to survive even if we fail. Though we won't have much of a world left.
You look like you're getting worse. Have you taken your pills?
I'm all out. They weren't even helping anyway. There's nothing I can do.
So, we know that this scene ends with her apparently being dead on the ground and him having amnesia.
After I lose my memories, I imagine I'll come to you for help. When that time comes, give this to me.
What are these numbers?
They're for the message service. I use the one from this era.
Understood.
If we use the Aegis system, all the terminals will be sealed. Then the city will be cut off from universal control. There won't be any hope of restoring order at that point. That's why everyone disappears. We need to keep at least some of the terminals open.
We can't. The enemy will target any open terminals.
Then what? We give up on this world and try again next time?
I'm afraid that isn't an option either. There won't be a next time. I had a look at the logs from 2188. I've discovered a way to link to the satellite.
Satellite?
It's not from this world. There's a satellite orbiting the real world. From it, I learned more about the mechanics of this world. And it turns out we don't get as many tries as we want. The stability of this area is at its breaking point. We can't fail again. If we do, the entire facility will be reset. And Sector 0 will be lost.
Okay, this is new information. Sector 0 is where the people go to survive the loop and to have their consciousnesses carried forward through the next reset of the world and all of the habitation domes. So I guess there's some sort of inherent limitation on how many times Sector 0 can go through and retain its information. So the next one will be a thorough, complete hard reset, and presumably everything would loop again with the same personalities making the same choices and mistakes over and over again.
What's Sector 0? I know I've heard of it before.
Seems like your symptoms are becoming more severe. All right, listen well. As you know, there are 5 different sectors. However, there exists one more unique sector. It doesn't take up any space, and there's no interior to see. That's Sector 0. It's an evacuation site that's unaffected by loops. Normally, you can send your data there using the shifter. That's what allows you to continue if the world resets.
That's right. Ida did say that was the way to escape to the next world.
Yes, but this time, Sector 0 will cease to exist as well. We won't be able to loop again. This is our last chance.
So without Sector 0, the world won't be recreated?
If the Aegis system is activated, yes. We'll still be here. Though we'll be left behind in a world of chaos.
If what you're saying is true, why keep it all a secret?
Because... Sekigahara-kun.
Tell me, why did you erase the logs?
Because I had to. I couldn't let anyone find out about them. They're There's quite a lot that transpires in 2188. The Earth is a very different place. Do you want to know what happens?
Hey, Sekigahara. I've already done my research on you. You're the one who was hired to kill me. In case you couldn't tell, there isn't much left of humanity. Just the 10 people in this little colony. It's a bit fruitless to kill for money at this point. Don't you think?
I've done my research on you as well. And I'm very thorough when I research my targets. There's nothing you can hide from me.
How menacing of you. Intimidate me all you want, but you're not leaving that room.
Professor Chihiro Morimura. In order to raise research funds for Project ARC, you partnered with several questionable organizations. You then sold nanotechnology on the black market. And that's the source of the infection on the surface.
I didn't intend for any of this to happen.
Your voice is trembling. Can't say I blame you.
No one will believe a word you say.
Oh, I don't plan on telling anyone. This is for me. I never want to forget this moment. The moment humanity's traitor stares death in the face.
What was that?
That was the bomb I planted.
The power generator? Are you insane? We have to repair it right away. We'll lose life support if we don't.
When I take a job, I finish it.
Fuck off.
It can't be. The lock to your room's been disengaged.
Just hang tight, Professor. I'll be seeing you soon.
He'd be so much more impressive if it wasn't him and like 9 other people kicking around in a space station.
Humanity was wiped out by the nanomachine infection. And it was all my fault. Sekigahara-kun! You're in bad shape. At this rate, you'll... Huh? Are you lost, little girl? What are you doing alone in a place like this?
I guess it makes sense that you don't remember me. I was just a baby when we last saw each other, after all. There's only need for one Chihiro Morimura.
You're...
And that's me.
Morimura said quite a bit before she died.
If you're going to lie, at least put some effort into it. No matter. I'll simply ask Miss Fuyusaka here what she knows. After I finished you off, of course.
Because I'm definitely gonna pull the trigger. Just at any moment, I'm definitely gonna off you. Here it comes.
Sector 0. That's where you backed up your data, right? A good precaution, but that isn't gonna save you. Morimura gained access to the satellite of the real world. That's where she learned about the next reset. And that it's going to be different from any other.
Satellite of the real world.
It's not just this world at stake anymore. If we fail to defeat the kaiju again, the real world will be impacted as well. That includes the facility that sends us back there. When the facility itself is recreated, there won't be a Sector 0 anymore. Whether we go with Operation Aegis or not, there won't be a next time. And no one will be able to loop again.
Satellite. Tell me, is this what you meant? It can't be. But... Seki...
Hey, are you all right?
Ow!
Okay. Fuyusaka.
Ei-kun... Is it over?
My past is. But as for our future, for our survival, this is only the beginning.
Do you think, maybe... this is the beginning of something else, too?
Yeah, I think it is. Sentinel number 15. Fuyusaka's the one piloting it. She's always so sincere in her actions. And that's Sentinel number 17 behind her. I'm seeing second, even third generation Sentinels. 12 in total. That bastard. He's gathered quite a few participants for his game. That enhanced first-gen model. It must be Sentinel number 11. Guess I'll give it a shot.
Okay. Also, I don't know why that's called fanning shot, but I like it as a end chapter. So, yeah, more experience points, mystery files. So hold on, we got a lot of more information there. Chihiro Morimura is the cause, or at least everybody believes, because again, not all the information that we get in this game is reliable or accurate. Also, B, hello to Salamander. Look, Angel, I know I said hurry up and finish, but can you make it at least 6 more weeks? Oh, don't worry, we're, like, as you can see here, we're only 85% of the way through Remembrance, and there's some more analysis and destruction yet to go, so this is surely not the final episode. So, Chihiro Morimura is apparently personally responsible for the widespread destruction of Earth. We've heard previously about there being a nanomachine event, nanomachine incident, and now we've learned a little bit more about that it was actually caused by Morimura in an attempt to finance Project Ark and get this idea of shipping humanity off to a brand new world with this terraforming technology, get that underway. Some of the things that have happened in this episode have made me reconsider for the first time that they are not around an alien world at all, that all of these domes in their 30-kilometer diameters are maybe just orbiting planet Earth, because they've had a lot of conversation now about the real world. Is it possible that they've just been orbiting planet Earth for who knows how many years, decades, centuries, waiting for the Earth's ecosystem, environmental environment to regrow and reset, and now all of their terraforming efforts are going to be back on planet Earth? It's just a thought. They may still have been traveling to an alien planet, like a foreign body someplace. But here's why I'm not thinking that's true. Much earlier in this playthrough, we came across a timer, and somebody who might have been Samlin, I'm trying to remember who, did the math for us on how much time was on that timer, and it was like several hundred years, like 700 years or something like that. So however long that they've been doing this, it hasn't been enough time for the foreign body that they were, the alien planet, to have been terraformed. So how does this end? Either with everybody going back into cryosleep for who knows how much more time, or with the revelation that they don't need to terraform an alien planet because they're just hanging around Earth, and it has been a couple hundred years, but now Earth is habitable again. So it's just a thought that came up. Also, Sekigahara, like adult 2188 Sekigahara, what the fuck? I like, when I take a job, I always finish it. Even if the person who hired me is long since dead of a nanomachine technology incident, and there's absolutely no value whatsoever to completing the job, no one left alive will give a shit over the fact that I've honored my contract, because having now murdered 10 to 20% of the remaining human population with this one death, now I'm just super fucked. Like, what is your story, dude? Like, what are you in for? Like, that's not being a good hitman. That's just being a stupid idiot. Like, when there's apparently, as Morimura, 2188 Morimura says, there's only 10 people left in the whole world, and you're gonna set off an explosion that's gonna kill who knows how many of the rest of them just to get at her? For what? It's like going into a bank and scooping up a whole bunch of dollars. Who is that for at that point? Oh, that made me mad. Like I said, under other circumstances with a different backdrop, the idea that she's like, you're never getting out of that room, and he just like easily walks out of there by setting off a bomb in the power reactor, like that would be some James Bond shit, but it's not, because James Bond wouldn't consider to, like, I don't know, hunt Russians or whatever the hell James Bond does these days. During a zombie apocalypse, who cares? Sorry, that was a very frustrating scene. Also, another thought. So, the android version of Tetsuya Ida was informed and learned that this is the last go-around for everybody. So Sector 0 is not going to exist. There's no future for him in Kisaragi. It's done. It's all over. So why would he continue to call in the kaiju? What's the point? Well, if that robot housing that new information gets destroyed by Sekigahara in that scene, there would be no way for the version of Tetsuya Ida that's data stored in Sector 0 to pick up that information. The only version of Tetsuya Ida that learned the information was then subsequently killed. So it can't make any attempt to reverse its own plans because Sekigahara gunned it down and frankly didn't have a lot of other options. He doesn't know if that thing's going to raise the gun back up. The androids are very menacing. They're not very quick, I'll say that, but theoretically they're very dangerous. So he took the shot that he had and rescued himself and Iori, and I get it. But I think that that's sort of a cool thing. I might be misunderstanding it. However, it seems like Tetsuya Ida doesn't update the plans because he's very limited in how he can incorporate new information. And he's such a stupid asshole that it didn't occur to him that he could ever be wrong. So he never bothered to reconsider all of his ideas. Moo says that I sound like Lego Batman. So let me read through very quickly. We've only got a few minutes left, so I don't think we'll have time to do another chapter. But I do want to re-look at what Epinomenon had said. Hopefully they're still here and we can take a look. Let me just read through here. Mia said, LOL, centrifugal force, not so. Chorus has been joined by Donkey Girl and Spoogler, so Spoogler and Chorus can finally be married. And More Than Mia said, for death, read freedom, and yes, I'll agree. Yeah, for what it's worth, I will assist in settling this. Chorus was set free. Like, just in case there's actual legitimate concern about that. She was released from the stable and allowed... No, she wasn't in the stable. Yeah, Mia picked up a different temp horse, and then Chorus, like, wandered off on her own. Alright, so, Samalander, and hello again to Samalander if I didn't say it already. Oh! There was additional information in there, and reading Samalander's comments just reminded me. They kept talking about a world in chaos. That's what we're going to inherit if we close down all the terminals. Because, as I understand it, what they're talking about there is that closing off the terminals, they say that would cut off from Universal Control. Universal Control is the entity, arbiter, fate, whatever we want to call it, the machine that is sort of manipulating everybody's information and memories and understanding of the world. And presumably, we don't know if it would happen right away, but if Universal Control were shut down, people would pretty quickly come to realize our entire world is 30 kilometers in diameter. We don't know how to get out of here. We don't know how the life support system works, and we don't know what's going on. And yeah, there would be widespread chaos and a complete societal collapse. And I think that that's what they're referencing as being a world in chaos if they're cut off from Universal Control. But at the same time, what's plan B? Because they can't reset and they can't stop the kaiju from coming by sealing off the terminals, so they're really backed into a corner there. It's a very interesting dilemma, and I thought that that was very cool. But that was where Sam Lander had said, it seems like a little bit less control could be a good thing. Let me just see in here. Oh yeah, Sam Lander was congratulating Force on moving in. Also, let me just take a quick look here. Sam Lander said, Force had said, not many are left, just me and my big boobs. And Sam Lander said, I mean, her boobs could almost count for 2 additional people. Force says, why does she look like Elizabeth Smart? I can test blood with a few drops, I promise. Oh, Elizabeth Holmes. I have to say, I'm barely familiar with either of them. One of them, oh no, that was Amy Smart. Amy Smart was in The Butterfly Effect. I don't think I know Elizabeth Holmes offhand. Sam Lander says, I'll murder all of humanity just to murder you. Yeah, because there's so few of them left. And then Force is saying, why does she have triple F boobs? Honestly, and as Sam Lander says, I think it's just anime. I briefly thought, is it possible, because Morimura, adult Chihiro Morimura, made a comment at one point about being an illusion, being like not a real person anymore. So I thought, is it possible that the version of Chihiro Morimura that we're seeing is basically a fantasy version of herself? Maybe she's being presented as others would want her to be. Maybe it's how she always wanted to see herself. Maybe she is the one character that's wildly unrealistically or differently proportioned because she's, quote, not real, unquote. But no, we've seen her like the real Chihiro Morimura, the original one from 2188, and she's also, again, uniquely proportioned among all the characters in the piece. So, I don't know. I think, like Sam Lander says, it's just anime. It's just a super weird character decision. It's a little bit like how we've now seen multiple scenes of these characters getting into their Sentinels for what appears to be the very first time, and not one of them in one of those scenes has been like, wait, what the fuck? What? Wait, where's all my clothes? I didn't sign up for this. Wait, where's this camera positioned relative to where my body is? They're all just like, at last, time to defend Earth. There's like no consideration of it at all. The you must be naked to pilot a Sentinel still remains one of the curious design decisions of this game. I don't know what they're reaching for there. It was weird when the game first started, and the fact that it has continued and no one ever talks about it has only made it weirder. Now, before we go, I do want to see if we can watch that scene that Epinomenon had said. I don't actually know how to do that. So we are actually on Ryoko Shiranome. It should be late in her timeline, I think. That was where she got into the Sentinel. Got it. Oh, no, I don't want to recall it. Shattered memories. That doesn't feel right. The truth of the matter. Oh, you know what? It's going to say appearances by. So let's see if we can find appearances by Tetsuya Ida. Nope. No. 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 This might take a second, so I'm not going to say no every single time. Because I have to confess, I'd like to say that I have like a vague memory of her shooting Tetsuya Ida, and I don't. Also, I'm concerned that this is only showing major or the other playable characters, not everyone that appears in the scene. Right, okay, so that's not gonna work. Oh, Epinomenon says, up from here, you just passed it. Tetsuya Ida isn't one of the characters that appears in that area. Scroll down to the event marked Goodbye, Mr. Ida. There we go. Okay, so let's watch this because I'm 100% sure that I've seen it in that it's unlocked, and I don't remember what episode it was, so I don't remember when it happened.
What in the hell?
Sakura High, Sector 4.
The first one you set up. The gate in the science room.
Omiguchi's not here. Shit, we left him.
Tell me the truth, Mr. Ida. Am I just being used? Because if that's what you want, then I don't care. But you having feelings for another girl? I can't accept that. Mr. Ida, you were just going to throw us aside like nothing. Also, you could have a do-over with her.
Shinonome-kun, just take a breath. This is all a big misunderstanding.
Ever since I saw the recordings from the lab, I can't take it.
You're confused. You need to take your pills and calm down.
I've made my decision. I know what I have to do. Stun mode deactivate.
Wait, Shinonome-kun!
Goodbye, Mr. Ida.
So, does she then wake up? Because maybe that's why I don't remember it. It was a trigger pull and just like a flashbang on the screen. Because was that the scene? Am I remembering correctly that she was like, no, that was Iori Fuyusaka. Boy, I feel bad for not remembering this. And like I thought as soon as the scene started to be like, oh, right, this scene. And no, this does not ring a bell. Okay, so we are out of time. That was perfect because now what we get to do is we're going to do a quick save and we are going to find somebody to raid over to because we are going to be jumping into Mia's Discord for the watch party for the most recent episode of Kyber Shards. And it is so let me focus in on a couple things very, very important. Number one, thank you very much to Epinomenon for reminding me of this and leading me to this so that we could watch it again together. I am, for as much effort as I've put into understanding and piecing together this story, I'm really bothered by the fact that I have no memory of that scene. That's disappointing. In any event, I would not have necessarily known where to find it or where it existed on the timeline or the fact that we could rewatch it if not for your presence here. So for real, that's very much appreciated. Secondly, again, thank you to, congratulations to Force on moving into the new place. And thirdly, before we go, let me try to make sure that I have all of these gift subs in here. Innertooth, so Carol Luna rated, Innertooth hosted, and then Moo gifted a sub to Epinomenon, Jab, 5974, Drienne Levode, and Caroluna. And then Ricardio gifted a sub to Last Eve, Puss in Boots 5, Kim Joins, Tellus Mist, and McQuiadore, which I may be mispronouncing that. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. It's always a balancing act on, like, we want to continue playing the game, but I don't want to leave it unsaid that, like, just hanging out means so much, that when you guys decide to give some subs and stuff, it is so awesome, and I really appreciate it. As we go through, I do hope that people will check out other streams like Ricardinho Just Vibing, who is so close to getting his affiliate status. Please, if you see Ricardinho Just Vibing, if you're not already following, please do follow. If he's streaming, even if you won't be able to like actively participate, have him up in a tab. We're trying to get him to the viewership requirement. Drienne is offering for a raid recommendation. Let me see who's on, but I will certainly want to take a look at it. Please check out Moo, who returned to streaming earlier today, Centrifugal Force, Samalander, Epinomenon. I actually don't know if you stream. I think we might have asked once in the past and the answer was no, but do let us know if so. And scrolling back through, just trying to make sure that we have hellos and things. Oh, and hello to, and thank you to Jab as well for hanging out. And there were more people further back in time, and I always feel bad at the end of this, but there's so much going on, and the streams run for a while. On our way out, yes, Drienne, if you are still here, I would be very glad to have a raid recommendation, so please do let me know. You guys are very, very welcome for the stream, and as we go, Kyber Shards has some 38 episodes in turned back towards what was the original premise of doing fantasy-themed X-Men. It almost feels like a fresh launch for the series. I don't say this in any way to diminish the great storytelling and very, very fun episodes that they've had between now and then, but it was interesting that they got, they really got enmeshed into a brand new sort of running story, such that they are only just now coming back around to what was the original elevator pitch for Kyber Shards, of using these aberrant dragon marks in the world of Eberron to basically position people that have special abilities patterned similar to X-Men mutant powers, and they've sort of dove in back into that in full force. So if you have not yet seen Kyber Shards, joining us over at Mia's Discord, this is a great place, I think, to jump in. There are frequently the actual stars, the actual players of the Dungeons & Dragons actual play there in chat, so it's a great time to jump in, and I hope that you will consider that as well. However, we are going to raid over to Drienne's recommendation to join D. Porticus, who is playing Hellblade. Mia has a playthrough of Hellblade. We also have one on our channel. However, there's nothing quite like watching somebody encounter the game live, and presumably for the first time, even if it's not for the first time. Hellblade is such a great game, and it's so worthy of conversation that although I'm not familiar with D. Porticus specifically, I'm very much looking forward to bring other people over to see some Hellblade and to maybe recognize or rediscover what a great game that is. Pardon me. So thank you very much to Drienne for the recommendation. Thank all of you for the wonderful wonderful stream. And until next time, you guys, I hope you have a great night.